Goshen, a professional astrologer, and in this video I want to talk about Pisces, Sun and Rising for 2024. It's good to see you back here, Pisces. It's good to see you here. If it's your first time, welcome. I'm going to talk a little bit generally about 2024 and then we'll go month by month. So it's great if you have a calendar and you want to mark a few special dates. Also bear in mind, take a day on either side. For example, if I give a new moon date, it may be on a different day for you because of your time zone. And finally, sit back, relax, enjoy this. If you feel like falling asleep to my voice, that's absolutely fine. So Pisces, 2024 is an opportunity to get responsible and to move into that new space that you've been feeling since March of 2023 when Saturn entered into your sign. When Saturn enters into your sign, or if you're a Pisces ascendant, when Saturn enters into your ascendant, these are both times which begin a new 7-year cycle for you. And you would have been feeling these energies for almost a year already. Now Saturn is going to continue through Pisces, both for 2024 and for 2025, allowing you to establish a new structure to your life. And you know what was happening in 2021 and 2022. You felt that you were coming to the end of a cycle and change was needed. You wanted to move on, whether this was in your relationship, in your home, in your job. So what's happening now is 2024 is giving you this opportunity to continue with the restructuring. Getting your job to a place you want to be, because Saturn helps us with our ambition. It is the planet that can structure our career in such a way that it helps to move us forward. So where do you want to be in your job in 5 or 6 years' time? That's how to plan it. In terms of home, you might have moved to a new home or be planning to move to a new home. Saturn can sometimes bring in certain restrictions. So if you've felt a little bit of limitation in terms of where you're staying or financially, that's fine. It's not going to be forever. It's an adjustment because it's helping you to see what is the next step, where do I want to go, and what have I learned from the lessons of Saturn. Saturn is our karma planet. We bring in certain things with us that we have to face and deal with. And when we pick up that responsibility and we run with it, everything becomes lighter and we learn to embrace Saturn as our friend. Saturn is the great timekeeper. Now, fortunately for you, Pisces, your ruler Jupiter is always there to provide a balance with Saturn. And Jupiter expands. It brings new opportunities, it brings joy. And Jupiter will be switching signs this year. It's been in a place of your chart since the middle of 2023 until May 2024 that has to deal with learning, traveling locally, you know, that commute that you make back and forth. That's what Jupiter has been really emphasizing. I'm sure many of you have been doing a lot of driving or a lot of commuting during the second part of 2023. That's going to continue on for the first few months of 2024. And then in late May, Jupiter is switching into Gemini. And this is your solar house of the home. So Jupiter will expand the home. It's going to bring good energies in for June, July, etc., all the way through until mid-2025. So plant the seeds now that something positive is going to come into your home environment in the second part of 2024. And finally, Pisces, for you, Neptune. We must mention Neptune, which will be in the last few degrees of your sign this year. And many of you know that you've had this visit from Neptune for a long, long time. So Neptune is going to touch on those areas of your chart that are right at the end of a theme in your life that has to do with siblings. It has again to do with your neighborhood, your local community, possibly education. And Neptune has this ability to make magical of things it touches or to delude us. So while it's traveling through these final degrees of Pisces, keep your 2 feet on the ground. You're going to feel very, very different when Neptune finally makes that transition into Aries. For those of you that have had Neptune contact your sun since 2014, you will have felt that couple of years, 3-year period where things seem to dissolve because Neptune has that effect on one. Go with it. Most of you will not be affected directly by this influence of Neptune this year. Only those of you that are born at the very end of Pisces, approximately March 16th to March 21st, or if you have a very late Pisces ascendant, 25 degrees Pisces to 29 degrees of Pisces. You'll feel that dissolving energy of Neptune, and the best way to utilize it is to consciously go into creative pursuits or to strengthen your spiritual practice, because Neptune is both a creative and a spiritual planet. January begins with a lot of energy in your house, Pisces, so I'm going to advise you to take it easy the first few days of the year. We've got the planet that rules our communication and our mindset, Mercury, changing direction, and it's a good time to chill out, to lay low, not to rush about. Then on January 4th onwards, all the way through to mid-February, things shift for you into an area of your life to do with friendships and groups. So this is a wonderful period to hang out with people you trust, people you love in terms of your friendship circle. Your friends look like they're supporting your aspirations at this time. You can confide in them, you can be with them. Or we could be referring to a group, an organization, a clinic, something which is a gathering of like-minded people where you feel at home. Very, very strong during January and the first part of February. The other thing I could be seeing is that it's easy for you to earn money from work at this time. So maybe January sees you back at the office and things are actually going really well for you, and you also make time to hang out with those friends or to get together with your group or your organization and to share that quality time together. Then around February the 13th, there is a switch of emphasis into a quieter place of your chart. And there are 2 almost contradictory energies happening the second part of February into March. Because just after this quieter, more spiritual energy is surrounding you, you also have the vitality of the sun come in on February 18th, and that's the start of your birthday season. So happy birthday, Pisces. I wish you a beautiful 2024 year. Together with that solar energy that you're celebrating, we head on into March, and there is a new moon that is taking place in your sign. And this is on March 10th. And it's the best time of year for you to set your intentions. If you want to be proactive, wait until the following day, March 11th. You're also going to have Venus entering on that day, bringing blessings, bestowing you with good fortune. Venus rules love, Venus rules money, Venus rules harmony, Venus rules beauty. So journal those intentions, write them up in the present tense, and decide what you wish to bring into the world for the next solar year that you're going to experience. When the Sun enters Aries on March 19th, this is going to activate a month or so of energy for you, which has to do with getting your financial house in order. Aries is your house of resources and money, and its sister sign, Libra, is your house of other people's money, or that kind of money that is invested, the house of taxation, all those things that have to do with estates, money that belongs to your partner, money that you share. And we have the start of the eclipse season at the end of March. And 3 out of the 4 eclipses of this year, 2024, are going to take place in that Aries-Libra polarity. So for you, Pisces, the eclipse seasons, we have 2 of them, are very much about seeing what needs to be revealed in terms of your money management, how you deal with your resources, and how you think about your own ability to be abundant. Very much a strong theme for you. So eclipses always happen in 2. The first one on March 25th is going to take place for you in that house of other people's money, resources that you share with an ex, with a spouse, with a lover, with a business partner, with anyone. Apply it to your own life. The astrology is a symbolic language, and I know that you are able to take what I'm saying and make it appropriate to your situation. For those of you who are single, you'll figure it out. It could be your investments. It could be an estate that you have to wrap up. Whatever the case, that eclipse will then be mirrored by a second eclipse on April 8th. And that will be in your house of money, the money you have, the resources you own, and also how you feel about yourself. How do you value yourself, Pisces? Are you feeling good in what you have created in your life so far? So those eclipses are going to bring those themes into the spotlight. I suggest not making major decisions before the eclipse season has completed, because that week after April 8th, many new things can come to light, and then you are better able to make a decision about your life and move forward. This theme with money continues, and I could be seeing money coming in at the very end of April and all the way through May, when you have a lot of action in that part of your chart. The caution would be, of course, not to spend too much money, but I don't think there's a danger of that, because throughout April you're going to have a slowdown in that area, which helps you to review and revise. Money may be coming back to you that you thought was gone forever, or business dealings that happened last year, the year before, that you thought were completed might come up for review, and you're going to have to redo contracts, look at things again. And that's all good, because there could be some hidden gems there or some positive financial news. The month of May looks like a very positive time for work, very active, very busy. There's energy in that part of life where you are traveling local distances. In other words, short trips for business meetings, or driving here, driving there, getting things done. And there's also energy at work. There is a full moon in your house of work, and that's bringing that energy in. Maybe a project at work is finally coming to completion, and it's giving you a deep sense of satisfaction. And that's around the 23rd of the month. Then May 26 is when your ruling planet Jupiter switches signs. And we spoke a lot about that at the beginning of the video. So use that last week in May as a period of adjustment. Jupiter is a large slow-moving planet. It therefore symbolizes some huge, slow-moving force of energy adjustment. So you want to be mindful of that. You might feel tired. You might feel heavy that week. It's absolutely fine. Put your feet up and take time to relax. You don't want to be rushing about. May 25th, 26th, 27th. It's an energy adjustment time for you, Pisces. If you feel sensitive at that time, take it easy and give yourself a day off if you are able to do that. For those of you who are not able to take any time off and you have to work at full force through this whole Jupiter transit, do your best to take it easy energetically and make a note what is happening in your life at that time. Because as Jupiter moves into that sign, it sets the tone for what's going to happen for the whole rest of the time that Jupiter is traveling through that area, which is going to be a whole year. So make a note and make sure that to the best of your ability, you are in a positive mental, physical and emotional state in that final week in May. June sees positive new energy coming into the home. Once again, you have a new moon in that area. So perhaps you're starting afresh. Maybe you've signed a new lease. Maybe you've moved into a new home. Maybe someone new is coming into your home, a baby, a parent, taking care of somebody. There's a lovely light and you can decide again to expand the home to refresh it at that time. Then after June 9th and well into July, it looks like straightforward work to me. You're communicating well. Maybe you're traveling a bit. If you're not working, this is a very good time to visit a sibling, to look at documents and things that you have put on the back burner for a while. I see you in the communication realm. So while this may have to do with work, always you can apply it to whatever is going on in your life. For those of you born March 10th to March 12th, I want to make a special note for the end of June, the week of the 29th. There's a slowdown there energy with the planet Saturn. And what this means for you is it could be a time of slowing down and readjusting. If there are some delays or setbacks at work, don't sweat it. This is a natural time for you now to go back to the drawing board and to reassess things. So be mindful of that and don't react. We need to understand that these are energies that we can work in harmony with. July looks relaxing, Pisces. There's energy in two areas. The one is children, lovers, romance, creative projects. And the other is once again your house, your apartment, your dwelling space. So lots of action there. Energy can come in. You could be spending time with children. You could be planning to have a child. You could be delivering a child. You could be planning a creative project. You are so creative, Pisces. Allow that energy to come into the world. It doesn't have to be something formal. You could be working in your garden. You could be painting for your own love. So allow fecund, fertile energy to enter into your home, your life and your family at this time. August is exciting because you're starting off with this energy in the house of relationships. And I'm not sure if you are reconnecting with someone that you were once in a relationship with, or if you're simply taking the time to relax with a loved one, or if you're taking some time alone to review your policy on relationships. Whatever the case, there is energy there that whole month which is encouraging you to really relax and explore this issue of being in relation with another. The other energy in August is to work on your health. Tweak that diet, get back to the gym, whatever makes you feel good. Maybe you're starting yoga, who knows, but something that brings in a daily exercise routine is going to be really good for you. And it's also a great time to have that dental checkup, especially with Saturn traveling through your sign. Saturn rules bones and teeth, which reflect our aging. We all grow old. No one is immune. And as we know, the teeth are so often those things to take the rap under a Saturn transit, because we need to take care of them. We need to take care of our bodies. Finally, for August, I'd like to draw your attention very particularly to the week of the 19th. Something is going to come up for you then. It may be around the energies of expansion and contraction. Some kind of tension, something that has to be resolved. Maybe it's about your sense of purpose in the world. What are you doing? And what is obstructing you? What is limiting you? What is getting in your way? And I want you to watch that energy very carefully, Pisces, because there are gifts for you in what happens around that week. And because there's a full moon at that time as well, be mindful of not exploding and just letting all the energy run out. You want to keep some of that energy for yourself, because it's going to show you the way, show you the light, show you the next step. September and October could see you spending extra time with children, or having to deal with issues surrounding children, surrounding those areas of your life which you also consider creative projects. A book, maybe you're writing a book and this is a very intense time surrounding that book. Or issues may come up about a lover, a person that you are in a light relationship with, and you're going to have to work with that over the next 2 months. The other thing that I'm seeing for September is the start of the second eclipse season of 2024. The 2 eclipses will be the end of September and October 2nd. That first eclipse, which is on September 18th, give or take a day on either side, is in your sign, Pisces. That means that the spotlight is going to be on you, in particular the week building up to the eclipse. So what needs to be seen, what needs to be revealed, and what needs to be shown about your essence, your life, because you are the one that is having this experience. It's nothing to do with another person. For example, if you're in a relationship and you're having challenges at this time, the tendency may be to want to blame that other person for what's going on. I caution you against that, because eclipses, when they're in our sign, it's us that want to be revealed. What can we see about ourselves? And if you are in alignment at this time, something very positive can come up to be seen and to be shared. The second eclipse, October 2nd, is happening in that house of other people's money. So relationships are again another theme. There might be something to discuss with a partner about money you share. If you're not in a relationship, see what comes up at this time. If we're not talking about money, we could be referring to some deep kind of therapy that you're undergoing or hoping to undergo. Maybe simply a breakthrough in your own psychology. Some kind of deep healing wants to be revealed at this time. Looks like it's on an emotional or a mental level, but it does not preclude physical healing. So I'm hoping, Pisces, that these eclipses bring you something that is revealed, that is a gift to you. November begins the very first with a beautiful new moon in the house of dreams. So write those dreams down and let's see if you can go some way towards making them come true. By the 3rd of November, there's another shift we've got energy into that place where you take care of the daily routine. So possibly for most of November on into December, you're simply going about your ordinary business and taking care of things in the world, whatever you do. For those of you who are retired, and I know many of you, none of you sit around the house waiting for things to happen. All of you are active and doing things. So you can apply this very much to your life. What I am seeing that is of great importance for November is that at the time of the full moon, which is on November 15th, there's a lot of energy about. There's energy for change, there's energy for breakthroughs, having new concepts implanted into you and being able to let go of old ideas from the past, from childhood that have been controlling you. This is the time when a lot of fresh energy can come in. Those of you born March 2nd to March 5th, more or less, pay attention to that day, because at the same time as the full moon, Saturn is moving and it's contacting your sun if you're born during those dates. This is a time where we're meant to hone our ambition, and sometimes it can feel a little alienating because you're on your own and you have to make decisions and you have to implement your goals and you have to make choices. But this is one of those times in your life, and I'm going to invite you to be strong and to move forward with that. You're never alone. When we go through times of Saturn contacting our sun, this is a spiritual time, and we are always accompanied by the greatest help that we need, because we are actualizing our charts. You want to take on more responsibility during a Saturn cycle. You don't want to avoid it, because it's going to come back again in 7 years' time. So we're moving on to December now. The month begins with energy in the house of work. So hopefully some new beginnings at work, some new projects coming in. You're feeling good about things there. And by December 6th, there's a little bit of a slowdown of energy. You could be visiting children again, grown children, or working on things with them. There could also be some exercise and dietary issues that you want to tackle, getting healthy. And there's a light energy that's going to be with you all the way until February. So you want to be aware that you're not going to push and try to be heavy about certain issues that come up around the beginning of December, because they're going to take you through to February 2025. So cultivate that light touch. You are very sensitive, Pisces, and sometimes you have to learn not to take things as seriously as you do. So put on that beautiful light of abundance, and I want you to walk in the light of positivity this year. It's so important for you. Saturn is asking you to step up with responsibility, but that doesn't mean you have to be serious. Engage in all the work that you do, all the volunteer work, all the paying work, all the service you do for your family, with a light touch and a smile. This is going to elevate your life and take you to a 2024 filled with goodness and joy. If you found anything helpful in this video, please like and subscribe and post your comments below. I love to see how astrology is living through you. Happy 2024, and I will see you next time.